welcome to Writer Life Vlog number 2. I realize it's been a while since the first one. I also realized that not a lot of people have been watching the last one, so totally fine, trying something new. Really glad I could continue it. So in this update, and I did talk about it in previous clips of my, I was gonna say whip go, but it's not whip go, it's floss tube. You will see it in the video on Saturday, but just know that I have been recording every other day or so. I was talking about something, so sorry about that. I was talking about something big that is happening, and you're gonna find out what it is now. So, a few years ago, I wrote a college story because I was in college and I like to draw from life in my stories, in my realistic stories. And it was a college romance, and the girl was basically in love with the guy since high school, and he never noticed her because he had a girlfriend. And at the beginning of freshman year in college, they broke up, and he started getting close to this girl who was in love with him, and they started dating, and he fell in love with her, and things were happening, and yeah, just basic stuff. I did publish that one on I think Inkit a while ago, like 2020 or 2021. I was always writing, and it was around the time that I discovered online platforms, which is how the story came to be published. I also published a number of the Torfics, but that is not important to the story. And after I published it, I was like, I want to write more college stories. I like them. I really liked writing it, and I want to write more. So I came up with a different girl, different couple, different ex/girlfriend drama, different major. The first one was creative writing, which is my first love. Well, technically my second love, and fashion, which is technically my third, although I kind of fell out of it recently. But it was a dream of mine at the time to know how to sew and to make my own clothes because they're not always fitting perfectly. So that is what I put into the character that I had. I wrote less. I wrote like 2/3 of that story, and that is when I decided I want to turn it into a series. So I came up with, I think it was 13 other stuff over the years, over like the next 2-3 years. And in 2023, I officially turned it into a series. Actually, no, I think it was 14 other stuff because it started out as 16 stories, and I divided them by year. So freshman year I had 4, sophomore year I had 4, etc. etc. And eventually I added 4 more, so 1 for each year. And then that sets, like in my electric notebook, and it is literally right here, for about a year. And then a couple weeks ago, I kind of got tired of the Clevendales. I moved on to Deal, and I got through the first scene, and I figured, yeah, I need a little bit more time to sit on that. And it kind of had, it was a really wild week. I had a couple dreams about college students, and my dreams do get really, really vivid. So most of them get turned into stories. So these two got turned into stories. And yesterday I actually came up with the other two in this new quartet. And I decided that I want to redistribute the series. Not make them according to year, but make them according to like a major theme or a setting or like something that the real big part of the plot. So I redistributed them, and now I'm in the process of just summarizing everything for more than a 3 sentence paragraph, which is what I had before for most of them. So let me just get to the series. Each of them is gonna have 6 books, and I will be fully revamping the first one that I fully wrote. The one that I have 2/3 of, I will mostly keep. I might edit to make it more current me writing rather than 2022 me writing. So the first series is sports. Like they're all set in this university college thing. And sports is basically just the guys are going to be playing some sort of sports. Now, I do hope that each book will have a different sports conveyed in there. And I do know of like 3 at the moment. So I will have to do some research. So football and basketball are in the books. They're in there. It's done. It's actually part of the story for both of them. And for the other 4, I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit when I like expand the blurb to include the sports and put them in the plot, because at the moment they're not really in the plot because they're not the focus. The romance is the focus, but I will be including them in later editions. Editions would be I guess edits would be the right word. But anyway, the third one that I mentioned is hockey. Not sure yet where I can put that. But these are the 3 I know: football, basketball, hockey. Sorry, football, basketball, hockey. Yeah. I do have to research American college sports. Might go with track, which is running. For those of you who don't know, might also go with soccer, which those who know me know that I really do not like that game. I think it's kind of stupid. So if I don't have to, I won't. But it really depends on what college sports college boys are playing, because I do want it to be realistic. And the second series is called Matchmaking. Basically, this college has a matchmaking program, and some of the matches they make by joke, and some of the matches they make seriously. So 6 of them are going to be fully 100% focused on the match that was made. One of the characters even works in the office of the matchmaking organization. Yeah, the match is going to be a really serious thing. Even though like it plays a serious role in most of the romances, if not all of them, for a series. The third series is Out of Campus. Like these are not the final names, by the way. It's just like the main classifications, I'd say. Out of Campus is basically when most of the story happens not in school, but outside of it. So we have a shelter, and we have a I've been working on them for a while, and I remember some of them by heart, but not all of them. So I can remember the shelter, and I can remember a house. The house is the couple's mothers are best friends, and so when the girl starts college, she moves into the guy's family's house because the mother is a professor there at the college, so they live really, really close, and it saves the girl money on like rent or stuff, um, or dorms or whatever. So it made sense, and then at some point the mom goes away to do something work related, and they have to do something about it to sustain themselves and survive until she comes back. And then the last series is School, where every single couple has something that is class related. Um, so one of them is a cooking major, like a culinary major. I know this college has everything, but a culinary major, and the whole romance is going around between two students in the school that were paired up for a year-long project. I will not reveal any details now, but that's essentially it. And then one of them is set in a choir. Um, I don't know yet if it's an extracurricular or part of the major, but I do know that one of the people in the couple is a professional singer and a really famous professional singer. And that kind of sparks the tension and the conflict. And yeah. So I do not have uh, titles for each of them yet, but I do have the title themes. Um, so in the sports, for example, it's going to be a pun on a sports term. So if we're playing like soccer or something, it would be the goal or something along those lines. So that 1 sec. I need to charge the battery. Okay, yeah. In the Out of Campus series, the Shelter one, it's a part of the activity that they're doing that they're falling in love in. So the Shelter one, I don't think it's going to be called The Shelter, but something along those lines. Basically, they're both volunteering in the shelter, and that's where, they fall in love. Because again, these are all romances. The matchmaking series is going to be a bunch of synonyms for love. So there is one where I'm thinking about giving it the name The Hookup, because honestly, it makes sense within the plot. They do kind of hook up. And with the school one, it's going to be a pun with majors. So in the culinary major, it could be the dish or the dishes or the course. I don't really know yet, but something along those lines. Google search is my best friend here at the moment when it comes to this, but I am really excited about it. Just like I'm excited about all of my projects at first, and then they kind of fizzle out. So I am hoping that it will keep in my mind because it's a 24 book, I guess, multi-series, and I do want to get at least the first series out before, I want to write the whole first series before things kind of fizzle out, or at least fully plan them. I don't really want to write an outline because I'm a pantser, but what I do usually do is write blurbs or 3 sentence paragraphs with the plot and then expand it as I go. But it does have two very big downsides to it. One is at some point I lose the plot, and two, it really only has one plot, the A plot, and I do want it to have B and C and possibly D plots. So yeah, that's something to think about. So I might try a very vague outline for just so I know where I put all the plots and what they are. So it's still gonna take a while. If you like what you hear, comment, follow me on Instagram, and just keep me accountable because at some point I will lose interest in it. And if I know that there are people who are waiting for it, it will keep me motivated to keep writing and editing because let's face it, I absolutely hate editing. I usually just rewrite the whole thing almost word to word. Which is I cannot take anything out and I cannot afford any professional editors. So yeah, I kind of have to do the whole thing myself, and I'm not the best at it because I hate doing it. So having people that I know want to read it will keep me accountable and will let me know that there is an audience for it. So sorry about my voice. So yeah, that is all of it for today, and thank you very much if you've kept on watching this far. And stay tuned for the next one. It's sure to be interesting, just as much as this was.